Hi, my name is Jackie, and I'm trying something new. Don't mind the dogs barking in the background. I really want to start a channel, vlog, Facebook page, something where I can show you how to cook low carb, really good food. I am a type 1 diabetic, have been since right before my 10th birthday. I had gastric bypass surgery 16 years ago. Sorry, I'm bad with dates. I also have hypothyroid. I'm iron deficient. I have some other issues that go on. But the biggest thing that happened when I had gastric bypass surgery, I had a Roux-en-Y. I was put on a low carb diet because you have such small space in your stomach that protein is first and then your vegetable, and pretty much you cut out carbs. So that was great. I lost 150 pounds. I kept it off for a number of years, but slowly those really good snacks kind of creep back in. So you have a couple Cheetos and you're like, oh, I only had like 6 Cheetos. That little bag lasted me, a week and a half. Or that little bag of Doritos lasted me the whole week at work because I only had a couple at a time. And slowly the weight crept back on. And I gained about 50 pounds. And I was very uncomfortable. My blood sugars were all over the place. It was up and down, doing the roller coaster. If you're a diabetic, then the roller coaster. And it's a terrible thing because you feel like crap. It's very depressing. It's very difficult. Um, so my best friend Wendy, was getting married, and she asked me to be her maid of honor. And yeah, of course I said yes, but I was embarrassed because I'm like, I can't, go down the aisle and stand up there with you. You're so beautiful, and I don't want to be this fat slob. So that kind of started this new journey that I've been on for about 2 years. So I started researching some different diets, and mostly the bariatric diet. Like, I really wanted to get back to my bariatric roots because I spent a lot of money. I went through a lot of pain to have this surgery. I've had some complications, nothing major. I've been pretty good and pretty lucky because I really did what my doctor told me, and I researched the heck out of this surgery. But anyways, that's another time. So I found this wonderful bariatric eating website, and it had to do with you do protein shakes throughout the day, and then you have like a meal, kind of like a bariatric meal that was mostly protein with some low carb vegetables. And that was how I ate for several months. I don't even know, maybe the first 6 months. I want to say, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with stuff like that. But let me just tell you, I lost 50 pounds. Bam. I looked awesome at my best friend's wedding. We looked great together. I got to wear this really fun dress. And it was really wonderful. And I was really proud for the first time in a long time of how I looked. And I had energy and I was working out. And then I kind of started reading about the ketogenic diet and diabetes, and that was very interesting to me, especially with the blood sugars. Again, diabetes is a horrible disease. It kills you from the inside out. I do have complications from it. Again, consider myself very lucky because a lot of those early years I did not take care of myself. I wasn't even 10 years old when I was diagnosed. So imagine teenage years and early 20s. Like, I just didn't take care of myself. So um, I started finding my blood sugars were just doing so much better. And oh my gosh, my hemoglobin A1C had come down so much. And so, yeah, so I started reading about the ketogenic diet. I found Dr. Bernstein's low carb. I'd have to look at his book, and I'm sorry. This was kind of just a test video. But it's Dr. Bernstein. I don't know. Anyways, I bought his book and I started reading, and oh my gosh, wow, that really made sense. Because, like, as a diabetic, sugar is the enemy. You can't really calculate how much insulin to give yourself. It's very difficult. There are so many variables, especially if you're eating prepackaged food. You think it's easy. Oh, the carb count is right there, but the carb count's not always right. And as I have been able to, tell over the last couple of years, that even when I am eating very low carb and I've cut out like pasta, potatoes, corn, starchy vegetables. Like, I don't eat that anymore. Every now and again I'll have like a little, cheat, but they're just always variables. But it's so much easier to manage. hemoglobin A1C is like 6, a little below 6. I mean, anybody who knows, that's really amazing. And for me, when I first moved back to Pennsylvania, again, another story, but that was 7, 8 years ago, my A1C was 10. Like, that was bad. It was really bad. So, anyways, I don't want to lose my eyes, my kidneys. I like my feet. I don't want to, have any of those complications. So I started reading. I did a lot of research. I'm big on research and reading books. And I read the keto diet for type 1 diabetics, and a lot of good information, a lot of information. But I just kind of started doing my own thing. It's what I do. I've always loved to cook. I've always tried to do like some low carb substitutions for things anyway because of the gastric bypass, but I really got on board. So I have found some amazing substitutes. It's not the real thing. I'm sorry. Mashed cauliflower is not mashed potatoes, but you can make it friggin' delicious and you don't really miss it. I mean, my family have 2 teenage boys with my fiance, and they love the mashed cauliflower. My eldest said he'd rather have that or the cauliflower rice that I make than the real thing. So, that's saying something. It's all about making it taste good. So I'm not like a full-on ketogenic person, so I'm not going to name this website any kind of keto diet thing. I probably stay under 20 grams of carbs a day just because of how I eat, but I don't eat the fat. I don't watch those macros and do those kind of things. My biggest goal is just to keep my blood sugars between 80 and 90. That is my goal, and I feel so much better. It is just amazing, and when I see the tests that come back, and I know that I'm doing a better job for my body. So that is the point of this video, and for whatever media I start with, probably Facebook, because it's the easiest, and any help you guys can give me on how to start like a YouTube channel or something, I mean, that would be great because I'm technologically challenged. The fact that I'm making this video right now is pretty amazing, and I don't know if you'll actually see it or if I will redo it because, but welcome to the journey, and I want to share everything with you, the good and the bad. I want you to see, how I play around with food, and, I kind of make do with what I have in the house. I'm not, we stock the freezer, we go to Aldi's, we buy in bulk. So a lot of times, I have a lot of stuff in the freezer, or I have some fresh produce. Okay, what am I going to do with it? Somebody gave me some patty pan squash. I made this amazing flipping casserole that I have to share with you. Like, it was so good. And I kind of tweaked a recipe that I found online. So when I share that recipe with you, I will give complete props to the website where I found the recipe, because she puts everything, she's got the measurements, and I don't do measurements. So if you're looking for measurements, I'm not your girl. If you're looking for an idea to maybe get you started, or maybe you didn't realize that you could use radishes instead of potatoes, or you didn't realize you could use cauliflower instead of macaroni and make cauliflower mac and cheese. I mean, these are the things that I want to show you, and hopefully I'll open up some eyes for some diabetics out there and save you, and save us all. Plus, it'll help keep me accountable. So, yay, wish me luck. Thanks. Bye.